Hi guys, it's week 11 of the English Premier League, and once again the Punditry team have got you covered with all 10 score predictions. Before you get into those predictions, please a gentle reminder to like, subscribe and comment on the videos. Enjoy guys.
Premier League predictions week 11. Match I've been given is Brentford versus Brighton. I have said earlier in the season, which has caused some controversy, Brentford are very overrated by their fans. I don't think they're anything special. I think they will stay in the Premier League this season. Just about. They'll finish in the bottom half somewhere of the table, but they won't get relegated. Brighton, on the other hand, they are doing decent, although they've lost their main man, Mr. Graham Potter. But they are doing well. But again, Brighton are another team, nothing special. Lost their main man in Neil Maupay. Again, I think this match will be very boring, but Brentford will be looking very comfortable in this game, I think. But it will be boring, and I can see Brentford taking this 2-1.
Leicester v Crystal Palace. So apart from a Forest win at home, Leicester have been pretty awful and look like they are in big trouble. This could be Rodgers' last chance of keeping his job. Palace have had an average start, but they had a massive win against Leeds, which was needed for them. They can be a bit iffy away, so to be fair, this could look like a draw. There'll be goals, but I'm going to go for 1-1.
So I've got Fulham versus Bournemouth this week. Fulham coming off 2 big losses in the last couple of weeks. Yes, maybe a couple of decisions didn't go their way against West Ham, but, this happens. And obviously, there's no denying that they're missing out on Mitrovic not being in the team. I don't know where he stands, whether he'll be fit for the Bournemouth game, I don't know. Bournemouth, on the other hand, coming off a good comeback win from being 1-0 down against Leicester. Actually improved since Park has got the sack. So I'm not sure whether this might be a surprise to some people or not, but I'm actually going to predict Bournemouth to win this one. And a few weeks back, I probably would have went for Fulham to win, but the way the teams are going and the way the season's panning out, I'm going to say Bournemouth to win 2-0.
Wolves versus Nottingham Forest and the first relegation 6-pointer of the season. Only joking, there's still a long way to go, but you get my point. So Forest, they have scored a couple of goals, but they've conceded a hell of a lot more. In trouble down the bottom. Recruited a lot of players. Steve Cooper's a decent manager, but he's got his work cut out into the Premier League. All these new faces. Potentially for me, it's not going to work. Wolves, they've sacked the manager. Hadn't scored many goals, I think, 3 all season. Hadn't conceded too many, I think only 12. But if you don't score, you can't expect to get points. So it'd be interesting how this is going to work with the change. Are they going to play a bit more attacking? Are the reins going to be released? I still think the problems might continue. And I'm going to go with a low-scoring game here. It might come around to bite me like most of my predictions do. But I'm going to back Forest on this one. I'm going to go against the narrative, and it's going to be a Nottingham Forest 1-0 win.
That's my prediction for Spurs versus Everton, week 11. Spurs have been pretty standard, really. I wouldn't say they've blown many teams away. Obviously, winning 1-0 against Brighton, they were quite decent, but like I said, not blowing teams away. Brighton could have easily got back into the game. Had some chances. Lawrence made some good saves. Very hit and miss at the moment. Everton obviously lost to Man United. Doing okay under Lampard. I won't say they've been great, but they've been hard to beat, which in the Premier League, that's what you need to be. I think he's made them quite solid defensively. Obviously could be better going forward, but I think it will be another tough game, maybe the odd goal. I'm going to go for a 2-0 Spurs.
Aston Villa versus Chelsea. So last week, Aston Villa drew against Nottingham Forest and Chelsea won 3-0 against Wolves. I really don't like Chelsea at all. but I think they could win this. But Villa, they've also been quite good at the moment. I'm gonna go for a draw. I'm gonna go 2-2.
Arsenal, top of the table, and quite rightly so. They've been superb so far this season, and in their last 2 games against Tottenham and Liverpool have shown all the credentials as to why they are serious title contenders. Leeds, on the other hand, are down in 14th place at the moment, just 2 wins from their 8 games. They haven't won since August, but backed by quite a vociferous, volatile and raucous Ellen Road crowd, they could produce a surprise result. So Arsenal really need to be on their game. They need to probably score quite early on just to keep the Leeds crowd quiet as long as possible, which Arsenal are quite capable of doing. In Gabriel Jesus, I think that they've so far got the signing of the season. He has been the focal point of everything that Arsenal is about so far this season. Leeds, on the other hand, well, I watched them against Crystal Palace last weekend, and I thought they were a little bit unlucky in losing the game. Maybe a draw would have been a fairer result. But all that said and done, Leeds, I think at times they're vulnerable in defence. Going forward, I think they could be quite troublesome for Arsenal's defence, and that's why I think Arsenal need to be right on their game. It's one of those, banana skin games, if you like. It could go either way, but Arsenal, they're in good form, and that form should continue. I wouldn't be surprised if Arsenal win 3-1, but really, if Arsenal leads into the game, it could go either way. It could be a draw, it could be a home win, but I still think Arsenal should hold their form and a 3-1 win.
Man United versus Newcastle. Man United are still a bit of a strange outfit at the moment. Can't really tell how they're going to play or how they're going to turn up. Newcastle very much the same. Obviously they had a big win at the weekend, so that's in their favour, but they are away. It's always tough to go to Old Trafford. I don't think there's much. There's much to predict in this. I just see this being a fairly high scoring draw. So I think I'll go for a 2-2.
Southampton versus West Ham. Tight game. West Ham here coming into this game with a bit of form. 2 wins in a row. Climbing the table. Looks like their season's finally underway. Starting to score goals. Home team Southampton are on a poor run of form. I think they're 17th or 16th. 7 points. A loss here could see them go into the bottom 3. Lost last time out to Man City, no shame in that, but they have lost quite a few now. I don't think they've won since beating Chelsea at home. I believe they're very similar to Leeds. Their last win was at home against Chelsea. So they need a win here. They're at home. They think they like to think they should still win it. I've always said that. But a lot of people will expect West Ham now, seeing that they've won 2 in a row. This could be a tight game, but it could be a great game. I think it's going to be a tight game. I think it'll be a 1-0 to... you know what? I'm going to go a bit different here. I'll say Southampton get a win here. They win 1-0.
Week 11, Liverpool versus Manchester City is a game I've been given. I don't come much bigger than this. Arguably best team in Europe that I haven't won the Champions League against. One of the best 2 teams in England over the last few years. They've won the Champions League, won the Premier League, Cup double last season. But this season, something's gone wrong there. They're really struggling. Losing games they shouldn't do. They're not picking up enough points. And they look like they're all over the place to me. I mean, they look miles off it. And losing to Arsenal, I think they're 14 points behind now. If they lose this one to City, then I think they're out of the title race. I mean, they're pretty much out of it now. But it wouldn't surprise me. They're quite capable of getting themselves together and going on a run. They've got to get it going at some point, but I don't see it being this Sunday. Man City, what can you say? I mean, just absolutely sensational to watch. Arsenal giving them a run for their money at the minute, and fair play to them for doing that. obviously getting Haaland in made a massive difference. I mean, the guy's an absolute beast. You know, it's going to be a cracking game. There's going to be goals in it. But you know, do I go for Liverpool because they're at home? No, I've got to go from what I've seen all season, and City are the team in form. They're the team to beat. I don't see Liverpool getting anything out of it. I think they will put in a good performance and they will score. But I think City will be too strong. I think if they get going and get an early goal, then I think Liverpool could be in a bit of trouble. So I'm looking forward to it. Should be an absolute cracking game. You know, Liverpool could get a result. You know, at some points, I say they've got to come good, but I don't see it being this weekend. You know, it's the toughest game as they can possibly have. So I'm going to go for Manchester City to win this one 3-1.